Europe continues to battle rising fuel prices and inflation. The UK's shop price inflation soared to its highest level in nearly 17 years. Prices went up by 4.4% when compared to July last year due to rising costs of fertilizers, animal feed and transport. The latest rise in price is a step up from year-on-year rise of 3.1% in June. Fresh food inflation went up by 8%. This is an increase from 6.2% a month before. It is also the highest figure since March 2009. The chief executive of British Retail Consortium said that the biggest price hikes were observed amid dairy products. The UK has witnessed a rise in price of animal feed and fertilizers due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. Transport prices have also surged due to rising fuel prices. The hike in prices of basic food items is likely to hit low-income households the most, and this according to the Centre for Business and Economic Research. At least one-fifth of UK households have an average shortage of about $72 per week. This has prompted shoppers to switch to discount stores and cheaper goods. The price rise has become a key issue in the race for 10 Downing Street. And in a significant update, the International Monetary Fund has cut its global growth forecast for the year 2022 and 2023, further warning of a possible worldwide recession. According to the IMF, the two factors that have contributed to a slow economic growth are the Ukraine war, of course, and the downside risks of high inflation. In its revised outlook, the IMF has said that the global real GDP growth will slow to 3.2% in 2022 from a forecast of 3.6%, which was issued earlier in April, accumulating to a 0.4-point reduction since April. Further emphasizing on how the world GDP actually contracted in the second quarter due to downturns in the US, China and the Eurozone. Not only this, the Washington-based IMF has further predicted the slowdown to continue till next year, expecting the growth forecast for the year 2023 to be pegged at 2.9%. And this from the April estimate of 3.6%, which is 0.7 point lower than what had been predicted 3 months ago. The IMF's economic counselor further asserted on how the outlook had significantly darkened since April, warning that the world may soon be teetering on the edge of global recession.
The outlook is darkened significantly since April. The world may soon be teetering on the edge of a global recession, only 2 years after the last one. Multilateral cooperation will be key in many areas, from climate transition and pandemic preparedness to food security and debt distress. Amid great challenge and strife, strengthening cooperation remains the best way to improve economic prospects for all and mitigate the risk of geoeconomic fragmentation.
The fund said that its latest forecasts were extraordinarily uncertain due to various reasons like the downside risk from Russia's war in Ukraine, spiking rise in energy and food prices, which would further exacerbate inflation and embed longer-term inflationary expectations, further prompting a tighter monetary policy. Other factors that have contributed to the worsening global economy are the renewed COVID-19 outbreaks and lockdowns that might suppress China's growth, and a geopolitical fragmentation that might impede global trade and cooperation. The fund now expects the 2022 inflation rate in advanced economies to reach 6.6% from 5.7%, which was predicted in April, while inflation in developing countries for this year is expected to reach 9.5% from 8.7% in the month of April. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.